Hello, my name is David and I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at Boit. Today we're going to be looking at this 26-foot vet clinic that was built for Dr. Ashley Ramsey of Chasing Tails Mobile Veterinary Clinic in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. This coach is built on a Ford E450 chassis. It's 26 foot long, it's 11.5 foot tall, and it's 84 inches wide. It has shore power, it has generator power, and it has battery power. The generator is a 7K Cummins gasoline powered engine. The shore power is a 50 amp two-phase connection. And then you have your battery that runs the coach for all of your DC powered equipment. If we come back here, this is your battery compartment. It has the coach battery, it has the battery for the generator, and it also has the master shutoff switch. So as you'll see in a few minutes, you'll be able to control everything in your coach from the master panel inside. And you can turn things off individually. You can leave things run based to your wishes. However, if you turn off that master switch, you kill the entire coach. So if you have things in a refrigerator and it's overnight or whatever, and you turn that off, your refrigerator is going to go off. Inside, you can control that on an individual item basis. This coach, also inside, you'll see in a minute, has a restroom and has other plumbing. Here at Boit, we run all of our plumbing under the cabinets inside the coach to prevent freeze up. As long as your coach is warm inside, your plumbing is going to be warm inside. The only plumbing that is under the coach are your dump tanks. What we have here is a black water dump tank. So we try as best we can to mount the tanks under. So for example, for the bathroom, under the bathroom. And you see here the tank, there's your connection and your valve. We supply you with hoses and connections, and then based upon your state's requirements, you go to an authorized place to dump the tanks, and then you have the equipment you need. You raise this door. Every door has a hold open. You raise the door, you connect, and you can dump. And everywhere we have a tank, you'll have a door like this. This is your water fill. And we'll come around here. This is your fuel fill for your unleaded. This is a gasoline powered coach. And there is your gasoline fuel fill. If we come up here, we have another dump tank. However, this is a gray water tank. The one I showed you a minute ago was a black water tank for a restroom. This is a gray water tank, as it's just for a sink to wash your hands or whatever in the open, in the common area inside the coach. But again, you have the hold open, you've got the tank, and we provide you all the hoses and gear to dump the tank. This compartment is the generator. This is a 7,000 watt Cummins gasoline powered generator. It is fuel injected. And here is your shore power. So as I said earlier, this is a 50 amp two-phase circuit. We provide standard with the coach a 35-foot cord, and you can upgrade to a 50 if you would like to. And here's your covered plug. This is a gasoline powered coach, 7.3 liter V8 engine with a 6-speed automatic transmission. It is spring ride and it is dual wheel, as this is a 450 unit. The GVWR on this coach is 14,500 pounds. Inside, we order all of the comforts and options that are available on this coach. You have 2 captain's chairs, you have collision mitigation, you have adaptive cruise control, lane departure, you have GPS, auxiliary stereo and sound system, power windows, power door locks, and I think that's it. This coach, and I don't know if I said this earlier, this coach is 26 foot long, 11.5 foot tall, and 84 inches wide. Now let's go and look at the inside. As we enter the coach, and each one of our Boit coaches are custom designed. So when I show you this interior of this coach, this is exactly what the customer wanted. You have the option to change the interior, change where the doors are, change the windows. So this is In the veterinary business, we typically work directly with the doctors. And so this is the doctor's vision of what she wanted. to be able to work in. We'll start right here at the front, and you see this security wall. So you have an option with our coaches of having a solid wall, having a completely open cab or pass through to the cab, or a security wall with a locking security door, which is what this is. This door is a pass through into the cab in the front. It locks open and it locks shut. Up here, you have many choices for what you do with above the cab space. This particular customer has chosen just open cabinets. Now we can do microwaves, we can do refrigerators, we can do shelves, and the shelves are adjustable, or we can do base cabinets, which is what this customer has chosen. Over here you have the master power panel, and it's separated by AC and DC. So all of your equipment that requires generator or shore power is up here on the top in the AC panel. All of your equipment that can run on battery is down here in the DC panel. These are custom made based upon the coach. Another thing you'll notice is every piece of equipment in this coach is on its own breaker. Many times in a building or in a home, you have to work on something and you have to turn the breaker off. You might kill part of a room or maybe a whole room. Well, we build everything with its own breaker. So when you need to work on something, you're killing only that piece of equipment. So you see here, interior lights, one breaker. You have your fan, you have your water pump. Every piece of equipment and anything down here will run on battery. Anything up here, again, is generator or shore power, and here are your masters to switch between the two. The electrical systems on our coaches are completely autonomous from the Ford chassis electrical system, with one exception. This switch right here is called a boost start switch. So if you are driving to a location and you drive to a remote place and you need to start the generator and your battery on your generator happens to be low, you can flip this switch and you can start your generator off of your coach battery, and because your engine's already running and it's charged. Also, if you're at a place all day, your generator's running, you have no issues, you go to leave and your battery's low on your coach up front, you can flip this switch and start the engine on the front off of your generator battery. It works both ways, but that's the only place where this electrical system connects. This is a bench, and underneath all of our benches are storage compartments. So this is just a single bench with storage underneath. As we start to look at the interior of the coach, you'll see this particular customer has chosen a refrigerator here. Above it is the IT cabinet. So you'll see you've got your category 6 cabling up there and your power to power any data gear or any equipment that would require that category 6 cabling. Your coach comes standard with 4, but certainly you can add more to that if that's your desire. Also here in the corner is your generator start stop. So you can start your generator stop, and it also tracks your hours. Everything can be done inside the coach. The only time you would ever go out to that compartment that I showed you would be for service. Everything is done right here. Here we have a pet scale in the floor. And here's the digital readout for that scale. So that pulls out, the pet gets on it, you get your readout. You have a couple cages here, and then you have your sink and your kind of washing area here. As we come back here, we have an examination station. And this station actually has dual purpose. You'll see above the x-ray. So we've mounted a min x-ray HF 1000P on the slider. And so this table would be used for that purpose. Over here, you've got your computer so you can read your x-rays here. Also, underneath this is a 6-inch deep sink. So if you have to bathe a pet, you remove this countertop and you have water and you can bathe the pet. The other thing about this coach is that you can notice these double sets of connectors. If we slide this out and we connect this out front, down here is another piece of countertop in that holder that comes out and slides back there for larger animals. Underneath here is also your water tank for your fresh water supply, as well as that extension. Over here is a workspace with all of the cabinetry underneath. All of our cabinets come with slam latches. They also come with matting so you don't have noise and you don't have things rolling around as you drive. We have optional locks. You can do key locks, twist locks, whatever you would like there. And then your overhead cabinets. All of our overhead cabinets have two 15-pound pull magnets on them with the stabilizers. So they're not going to come open. You have to really pull to get them open. This customer chose all key locks for these cabinets. Looking back here, you have dental gear. So all of the dental air equipment to be able to do dental work on pets is right here, and this station as well. Now, behind me is a surgery suite, but before we go back there, I'll show you something that we installed. Many times, veterinarians have to anesthetize animals to be able to do dental work on them. Well, in a case like this with a surgery suite in the back and your dental up here and work, if they need to do that, they might have to have 2 sets of anesthesia. So that they don't, we put in this pass-through. So there's your anesthesia equipment. So if you're using the anesthesia equipment in the surgery suite, you shut the door. If you need the anesthesia equipment out here, you open it, you have your hoses, you can do the work here, thereby not having to buy 2 sets of equipment for the 2 different procedures. Behind this door is a bathroom. And this would be what we call a half bath. So at Boit, we have 3 types of bathrooms. What we consider to be a full bath would be a commode and a sink. This is a half where it has just a commode. And then we have a 3rd type where if you don't want plumbing in your coach, we can build the room, we can put a cartridge toilet in there, and then you would dump it by hand every time it was used. Those are the 3 options. This one again is the plumbed half bath. We go into the surgery suite. If you come back here, you have your surgery table, you have obviously your surgery light, and then you have your anesthesia gear that I have previously showed you. This sits right here. Down here, we have a setup for oxygen concentration, or if you prefer to use tanks, we have the tank mounts there. We do not supply the tanks, but we do put in the mounts. And then you have the workspace over here. Again, more category 6 cabling and cabinets. The underlight, the under cabinet LEDs are optional, but this particular person has chosen them throughout the coach. Down here at the bottom, all of our coaches come with electric heat, either toe kick heaters down at the bottom or wall mounted electric heaters up there underneath the deep sink. We have additional for colder climates. We do have additional heat such as LP furnaces or Webasto gasoline or diesel heaters. If you choose those would be then plumbed into the fuel tank for the coach. The only exception to that would be is if you had a diesel generator. This is a gasoline powered coach. We would have to plumb it into the appropriate tank because you would have 2 tanks. But you do have other options for those. And the other thing about the heat and about the generation is we have the safety set up on the coach that if you're running a generator or you're running your heat, if you have auxiliary heat, and your fuel tank gets down to a 1/4 of a tank, we have a safety in there that at a 1/4 of a tank, your generator will shut down and your heat will shut down. That's a fail safe so that you don't get stranded and you have enough fuel to drive your coach to a station to refill the tank. We put that in there as a safety option. Also to the windows. Again, when I talked about the coach being custom, you can have windows wherever you want. If you didn't want a window in this wall, it would be a solid wall. This person chose the shades and a window. So this again is a 26-foot vet clinic with a full functioning surgery suite in it. Thank you for joining me today on this tour.